JT, how are you feeling about the likelihood of maybe getting out and doing some practice this week, playing perhaps on Sunday?
I'm getting super excited. Just continuing to push forward. You guys actually caught me. I was in the middle of my work right there, but I knew I had to come and talk to you guys before I finish up. But we've been progressing every single day, just pushing myself, just trying to find a way to get the pain out. Anything you could do, anything you do to get back on the field with your guys you've been working, scratching, and clawing with all off season, all training camp, and all season. So just doing everything in my power to get back on that field.
What are the indications that you're seeing that you are getting better and getting closer?
You know, as you continue to do more exercises, different movements, no pain, less pain, and actually being able to do the movements, I think that's the biggest thing right now.
Is that about where you're at this point, or how would you assess like the pain level and all that?
The pain level is definitely going down. That's really the first thing, because really you can't even do a lot of the movements. You know, if the pain is really too high, and a lot of the things you can definitely work through, but there's definitely a point where some things are just like you can't even do it.
How much practice today?
Well, no, I still got to go do some work in there just to go and see how I'm feeling, to see if we can even attempt to go out there and try to do my job. Try to do my job for my teammates.
When you initially injured your ankle, did you anticipate it being this long, or how do you view your timeline?
Well, once they said high ankles, I know high ankles are usually 4 to 6, but you know, me attacking different rehabs and injuries, I'm like, man, there's no way. So I just got to do everything in my power to keep chopping that down each and every single day.
Did they ever talk to you about possibly going on IR, or was that always out of the question?
I never like to throw that around because, especially being on PUP last year, it's definitely not a place you don't want to be if you don't have to be there. So if you feel as though like, hey, I feel like with the training staff, we can potentially avoid that, and that's always a positive.
How much is it about functionality versus re-injury?
I mean, it's functional as far as like actually doing the movements.
Yeah, like going out and playing, well, I can't do that, or is it I can do that, but if I do this the wrong way, I could re-injure?
No, it's more so, can you even do it at all? Like, yeah, it's more so, can you even do it at all?
I mean, how much has this weighed on you? Because this ankle has, it's been an issue for you for a long time. Is that frustrating?
No, yeah, it has been. The only good thing about it was, you know, when you don't hear the word surgery, like, okay, then we know this is fixable. We know that we can come back better, stronger, faster. You know, when you don't hear those words thrown around, then you're like, okay, so you're saying that there's a chance and there will be, you know, another side to this. So just keeping that end goal in mind, that's what's been fueling me, the fans, my teammates, coaches, that's just what's been fueling me to try and continue to chop this down to get back on the field, because it really sucks. It really sucks when, you know, you can't be out there having fun with your guys. But, you know, I've definitely had fun watching them win this past week, but it would have definitely been more fun being out there with them.
JT, as someone who, again, didn't deal with a lot of injuries early in your career, have had a few pop up these last few years, have you thought about just your mortality in the game more, or how did it creep in at all? Or?
No, I mean, you understand the injury rate is 100%. I mean, there's been a multitude of things, not only myself, but plenty of guys have played through. It just sucks that now you'd had a little stint where it's an actual injury where you couldn't play through it, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you know, why, what's going on? You know, sometimes you may think about, you know, what are you doing in the off season? What are you doing in season? But you got to remember, it's a contact sport. A lot of things you just can't prevent. So you just got to keep that in mind and know that the work that you've been doing has been beneficial to you.
JT, I know you want to get back as close as you can to normal, but when the team is struggling to run the ball, does that play into it at all? Do you feel any added pressure to maybe get out there and add something that's not there right now?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Like I said, when I'm able to do the movements, that's just the biggest thing. If you just can't do it, then you're really hindering your team rather than just going out there and trying to provide something. It's like if you just literally can't even do the movement, you're like, then you're better off just not even being out there, because now you're a liability.